Hi everyone, in this video we will explore the King Crab build. In one of my first videos on this channel I've shown you this build, the one that is loaded with the dual AC-20 burst fire autocannons. In this video we will explore a very similar build to that one, except here we will have, instead of those two burst fire AC-20s, we will have just standard AC-20s, the single shot variant, and see how it compares to that other build. Now let's talk a little bit about different King Crab variants. So as I was mentioning in that first video, there are three main types of King Crab variants in this game. The original variant, which is 0001, KGC-000. Then there is this Starlink Defense Force, Royal Defense Force variant, which is the 000B variant. They are basically identical in this game if you strip them down, both of them. The only difference is the weapons, the kinds of weapons which they come with. This one comes originally with the LRM-15 with Artemis control, whereas this 000 variant comes with just a standard LRM-15. That's pretty much the only difference as far as the MechWarrior 5 Mercenaries is concerned. So let's put this one away. And the other variant, the third main variant in this game, is the quadruple zero variant. I don't have any of those, and I am not recommending buying them, simply because there you will have less tonnage for the ammunition. You will have one less ton for the ammunition, and besides that, you know, even this variant has a somewhat limited tonnage available for the ammunition already. You don't want to sacrifice any more of that, so I would avoid the quadruple zero variant at all costs. Besides that, of course, as far as the MechWarrior 5 game is concerned, there are also two of these hero variants. The hero mechs are apocryphal, they never existed in the lore. This is basically just, you know, the game's invention. This one, it consists of 4 medium ballistic slots and has this dual missile launchers. Originally it comes with the 4 UAC-5s, which I've downgraded to the standard AC-5 burst fire, because this is one of my favorite autocannons in this game, and they are just much more precise at longer ranges than those super fancy UAC-5s. But I'm not gonna talk much about this build here. Maybe I will make some other video dedicated to this build. To be honest, to me it's an okay mech. It's an okay. I am not a huge fan of it because it doesn't have even a single energy slot. It's all ammunition based build. So let's put this away. And as far as the hero variants are concerned, perhaps my favorite hero variant is this one, KGC-KJ. I like it because it's got this 4 PPCs in here. It's kind of like the Annihilator, which is one of my favorite mechs of all times. And then it's got this UAC-5, one a single medium ballistic slot, and then there is also a missile launcher. So this is perhaps my favorite hero variant, King Crab variant. But I am not using hero mechs all that much these days, because, like I said, simply because they are totally made up. They've never existed in the lore, but it's not even the biggest reason. The biggest reason is because all the hero mechs are very unique. There is only one unit available. They are all one of a kind, and you cannot have a full lance of those hero mechs. So for that matter, I just stick more to the traditional variants of all mechs. And besides that, I will tell you this. You do not need any hero mech in order to be successful in this game. You can configure any mech to your liking, and you can be very successful with any traditional mech in here. It's the hero mechs are not required for the win or to be successful in this game. You can totally do without them. So let's focus more on the traditional variants. Okay, so finally let's talk about this build. Again, this is pretty much a similar loadout, but these two autocannons to the one I've shown in my previous video. I've talked a lot about the reasoning behind this build. So let's take a look at the original configuration. Let's load the original loadout just temporarily and see what are the problems with it. Okay, so traditionally the King Crab mech is being blamed by a lot of people for its very limited ammo. It runs dry on ammo rather quickly, and it's true. It's true if you take a look at this original configuration, because as you can see, we've got only 20 rounds of ammo for each of these autocannons, which is not a lot, and then we've got this so basically, you know, 88 rounds of LRM ammo for this LRM-15, which kinda makes it to 66 rounds, meaning that you can shoot this LRM-15 66 times. And then we've got this large laser. Now, another biggest problem of the King Crab, which, you know, even like the MechWarrior 5 Mercenaries manual talks about it, is its notoriously weak cockpit. You see, we've got here only 19 points of armor, which is not a lot for the assault mech, so it's a very, very dangerous cockpit for the pilot. One of its weakest spots. So these are the problems with this build. Now, besides that, I mean, it's not really much of a problem, but sort of a disadvantage. You see, the large laser, in order to be successful with the laser like this, when you shoot at a target, especially at a moving target, you have to be guiding that target with the laser, because, I mean, as it burns. And it may be very difficult to do in a King Crab, because this is a large 100-ton mech, and the torso rotation is rather slow. And because this laser, a large laser, is housed in a torso, it may be very difficult to guide a fast-moving target with this laser. Now let's see what I've done to fix some of those issues, to address them. Let's revert back. So here is what I came up with. First of all, I've increased the armor amount. As you can see, it's 654 points of armor, which gets kinda close to the Atlas mech. I maxed out the armor in the head to make the pilot more protected, and then I've increased the armor in the center torso, particularly in the frontal area, and reduced the armor in the back. Similarly, I've done it on the side torsos. Then, of course, I maxed out the armor on the arms, and then it almost maxed out on the legs. I had to shave off a few points, so as I had to shave off some points in the center torso as well, just to be able to hit this tonnage, because otherwise I will go over tonnage. If I completely max out the armor in here, it's going to be something like, you know, 100.46 tons of ammo, which is, you know, just a half a ton, additional half a ton, meaning that to hit this tonnage limit, I would have to reduce some of the ammo down to a half ammo, so that it's a half of the ton, which is something that I am not willing to do when it comes down to the king crab. Okay, so I've addressed the armor issue. Now, as far as the ammo is concerned, you see, I've added an additional ton of ammo for each autocannon. Now, instead of 20 rounds, each autocannon gets 40 rounds of ammo, which is twice as much as compared to the original configuration. Then, of course, I've replaced all the original single heatsinks for these 3 double heatsinks, and you absolutely need them, because otherwise it's gonna be running really hot. These AC-20s, they do generate quite a bit of heat on top of this PPC. Now, the other improvement which I've done, I've replaced the original large laser for this PPC, for the reason I've mentioned earlier, because it's a somewhat slow moving mech. It may be difficult to guide target with the large laser, whereas the PPC, the biggest difference is that once you shoot it, once you shoot this energy muzzle, you can pretty much forget about it. Yes, you will need to aim better, you have to put more effort at aiming at the target, but then once you shoot it, you can forget about it. You don't have to guide the target with it. Now, since I've increased the armor here, I've increased the amount of AC-20 ammo, and because this PPC weighs 2 tons more than the large laser, obviously I had to make some compromises here. And that's why I had to downgrade the original LRM-15 down to this LRM-10 stream, and also I had to reduce the LRM ammo as well. So here we can shoot this LRM-10 only 44 times. That is pretty much the only major compromise which I have done to the original configuration. LRM-10 is still fairly good. You can still destroy some lightly armored ground vehicles. You can take down some helicopters with it. It can still do some damage, but of course, as far as enemy mechs are concerned, I will be primarily using these AC-20s and the PPC. Those will be my primary weapons in those kinds of situations. Now, as far as my lance is concerned, as you can see, I have 4 identically configured king crabs. This is what we are going to do in this mission. And as far as the mission is concerned, we are going to do a raid mission once again, which was, you know, the same kind of mission in my first video where I was demonstrating the king crabs with the dual AC-20 burst fire. We'll see how this variant compares to the one I've shown you in that video, in a similar type of scenario. So, as far as the contract goes, here I am in this system where I came because it's got that raid contract. I've stopped on my way here in this industrial hub just to get some repair work started on these annihilators, which I got heavily damaged in my 3 previous videos. So let's go ahead and take this raid contract here. It's you know, it's a fairly large to medium-sized combat area, which are like 18 square kilometers. Not bad. The tourmaline desert biome. Let's confirm. 1 point for the damage, 2 points for salvage, and the rest goes to the seabay payout. This is how I normally do it. Sometimes I do it differently, but let's keep it this way for now.
Heavy weather warning is in effect, Commander.
So let's go ahead, take all this king crabs, and I guess I will keep the same lance mates, the same ladies as in my previous mission, although in my previous mission, unfortunately, they didn't perform all that way. Normally they actually pretty good, but last time for some reason they underperformed. Okay, let's go ahead and see what we can do.
Our employer wants us to destroy a number of communication towers located at the marked objectives. I'm reading a heavy amount of hostile chatter in the area, so let's get this job done.
We need to destroy some communication towers here. Looks like we won't have to deal with the buildings, just communication towers, meaning that we can actually destroy those. Those are very light targets. We can destroy them with LRM launcher at a distance. We don't even necessarily need to get close to the actual waypoint, so that should be easy, even though this is a 100 difficulty level raid mission. So let's see what's going on in there. We have some ground vehicles here. Let's see how far they are.
I'm detecting unidentified mechs in the area. Moving in to investigate.
Okay.
Kill confirmed.
Okay, my lance mates have done it for me.
Target acquired.
Okay, let's deal with these vehicles.
Boom. Dead.
Okay. Looks like we have some more targets approaching us.
Target destroyed. Target acquired.
There they are, those communication towers. You can see them. There's the other one. Okay. Some more? Yeah, there is some more. My lance mate just took it out, so you see we don't even necessarily need to get close there because it may be dangerous. That area could be protected, we don't know.
Target neutralized.
But we are not done yet, though. There looks like there is still something, you know. This waypoint hasn't disappeared. What is it? Can't quite see. Let's shoot with the another comms
Target
tower.
neutralized.
Okay, this is it. This is it. Now we can go ahead and check out some other waypoints in here.
Target acquired.
Tango smoked.
Target destroyed.
That partisan heavy tank.
Target acquired. Target destroyed.
Okay, my lancemates actually are doing pretty well this time around. This is not our assigned target.
Walk on up to the treasure to pick it up.
Why would they waste ammo on those turrets? Why not just use
Target
PPC?
acquired.
Okay. You see, this is why we need this AC, I mean LRM.
Reactor about to blow. Nice kill.
LRM 10. I'm not gonna pick up this stuff because it may restock our ammo. It's not very realistic. Let's not fall for something like that. Let's actually, you know, go ahead and do it as is. Almost hit my lancemate. Okay, got rid of those vehicles.
Tango down.
Okay, nice job. Looks like something is gonna try to approach us from the rear. Let's use LRMs. This is why LRMs are good.
Target acquired.
There is another missile launcher. Missile launchers are pretty fragile, and they've got a bunch of explosive ammo on the board. Therefore, you know, just a single shot of LRM 20, I mean LRM 10 should be enough. If it hits the target, of course, but it couldn't because it's behind this mountain. Yeah, you see, just a single shot of LRM 10 and that missile launcher is gone. Not gonna waste anything on this turret. It doesn't present any threat to us. But
Took one down.
my lancemates obviously will waste the ammo. But I'm not gonna bother assigning them to withhold the fire.
This never gets old.
Nice, nice. That was actually a very good distant shot. Pretty accurate. Oh, come on, stop wasting precious AC-20 ammo in here. Use PPC. My lancemates, you know, not that they just waste the AC-20 ammo, they even manage miss this turret. What else is out there? Some tank, another tank. Those are the large, light tanks. Okay. Yeah, you see, tanks, light tanks require 2 shots of LRM 10. Ah, there is another communication tower. Okay. One of our assigned targets. Let's see if we can get this at a distance.
Target acquired.
Okay, this one is moving too fast.
Target destroyed.
Okay. Let's see if we can take him down with the PPC now.
New target, Marauder.
Okay, we've got some Marauder closing in. Let's devastate him.
Reactor explosion imminent.
New target,
this.
Panther.
Oh, that wasn't a good shot.
Target
Okay, this
destroyed.
one was. You see, I'm getting fairly hot in here. Even, you know, with those 3 double hit sinks, you do still need to be careful with how you manage your heat.
Target acquired.
Good work, Commander.
This is it?
That's one less target.
Okay, okay, let's go check out the other waypoint. Okay, now we have those. Let's see if we can snipe them with this AC-20. Ah, you see, I've hit him, but he's not down.
Tango down.
Because I've hit the center torso, I mean the fuselage. And they can take some beating. They can take some beating. You need to aim for the wing or the turbine. Yes, those things can definitely take a single shot of AC-20, that's for sure. I've done this many times before, and they can take some good amount of beating. I mean, the fuselage. It's heavily armored, but the wings and the turbines aren't so much.
Target acquired.
Ah, looks like the communication tower, but it's really far. It's like 1300 meters. The LRM is not gonna hit it that far. So we need to get closer. Let's see if we can hit this with a PPC. No, it's too far for the PPC as well.
Target destroyed.
Ah, okay. Okay, so he
Target
did
acquired.
destroy it, nevertheless. I was wrong. I mean she, it's female landsmate. Alright, yeah.
Target destroyed.
Partisan heavy tanks, they can take a lot of beating. Sometimes even, you know, a single AC-20 shot is not enough. They can take 2 or sometimes even more shots of the AC-20. Well, we aren't really encountering all that many mechs so far in here. We are destroying everything at a distance. So far it's been a milk run. Let's see what's going on in here.
Target acquired.
Okay, so there is another communication tower. Can we see it from here? No, not really. Let's see, is it this one? Is it too far? Let's try LRM. Is it gonna hit it or is it too far? Ah, okay,
Target
it's gone.
destroyed. Target
It's
acquired.
gone. Let's see if we can take this one down.
Target destroyed.
Okay, my landsmate did a good job. But there must be something else out there, because the waypoint isn't gone and I cannot get a lock on anything so far. Looks like we need to move in closer. What else is out there?
Falling in file formation, sir.
What else is out there? I can't get a lock.
Target acquired.
Ah, okay, finally, there is another communication tower.
Target destroyed.
Okay, well,
Hostile transport ship
looks
coming
like
in.
this is it. Ah, of course, yeah,
That was
we've
a
got
great showing, Commander. Our benefactor will be pleased with our success.
we've got
Now
the
get back to the
enemy
dropship
ship
ASAP.
in here. And then our ship is kinda far.
New target Highlander.
We'll get them. Savage kill right there.
Okay, it is cockpit. You see, I'm running fairly hot. Yeah, got you some critical hit. We are all in a pretty good shape so far. Okay, you know, it's been a pretty successful mission. I've avoided unnecessary enemy encounters by destroying targets at longer ranges. Aha, you see? There are some enemy mechs, but they aren't seeing us because we are still kinda far. And now we can just safely get out here, but you know what? Let's actually go and fight them, just for fun, just for fun. Of course, we can just, you know, get out here, but let's fight just for fun, because I've got plenty of ammunition left here. Let's see if we can you know, do some fighting still. Let's attract their attention now and let's have some fun with these AC-20s before we go. We could have just left, but it's too boring. Okay. Marauder. And the King Crab doesn't have any fist fighting capability. Oops.
Destroy that mech.
Running hot, you see? I'm running hot, so you do need to be somewhat careful with the way you manage heat in this build. Alright. So far we are still somewhat in a good shape. Let's see if we can fight something else in here. No, just the turret. Not gonna bother with the turret. Oh, come on. Stop wasting your ammo, girls, on this turret. Let's go.
Enemy destroyed. Affirmative, Commander. On the move.
Okay. So now we can go home. Turret just paired. Okay, actually, hold on a second. You know what? Yeah, I mean, of course, we can go home now, but I feel like we haven't explored enough of this mech. Let's actually walk around here before we go home. Let's see if we can get some more trouble in here. Let's actually look for some trouble. Let's see if we can get more mech kills so far, because I still got like 41 rounds of AC-20.
Commander. Approach the hidden object to pick it up.
Let's see if anyone else is in here, because I mean it's a 100 difficulty level after all. There's got to be something out here as well. There has to be some kind of trouble waiting for us. So let's see. Nope. Was behind this fortification. Okay. Just turrets, come on, where are all the mechs?
Target destroyed.
Just some trash targets. Give me some mechs, come on, come on. It's a 100 difficulty level here. Hello, anyone? Anyone? It's so lonely in here. I was expecting to see more mech targets.
Target acquired.
Okay, some tanks. Where is some real deal?
Target destroyed.
I didn't prepare my king crabs here for king crabs to fight turrets and tanks. I want to see more mechs. Usually these missions are a lot busier, but here it's kinda slow for some reason. Really, no mechs? No mechs? We are already getting back to where we came from, and so far no mech targets. It can't be right. It can't be right. So I believe one of our objectives was somewhere around this area, so one of our first objectives. Let's see if something lights up in there, if we will approach this area.
Target acquired.
What's that? Some ground vehicle, okay. Yeah, lots of trash targets. No? Oh, okay.
Target acquired.
Okay, hello? Anyone? Anyone out there? Alright, finally we've got something.
New target, Vindicator.
Vindicator.
Target acquired.
Oh, really? Just Vindicator, Marauder, okay. What else? Cyclops, okay. Okay. Let's take some fight, finally.
Target acquired.
Looks like they aren't seeing us. Come on, guys, we are here. We are here. Okay. Come on out. Come on out.
Wrecked. Positioning when you command.
Okay. Let's see what's going on. Ah, okay, some Cyclops. Alright.
Target acquired.
Let's get this guy.
To explode.
Okay.
Clear the area.
Now we are talking.
Threat
Now we are
eliminated.
talking. Get out
Here
of
we
my
go.
firing lane.
In position, Commander. Like a scrap.
The Marauder is gone. Oops, that was a miss. The Vindicator is trying to kill me with machine guns. Nice try.
Target destroyed.
Okay, anybody else out here? Hello? No one? That's kinda boring.
We're
That's
heading
kinda
that way,
boring.
sir.
I expected this mission to be more busy. What a banner. But we did well so far. Just, you know, some minor armor damage. Nobody had lost any components. But at the same time, we haven't really encountered all that many mechs. Why are you walking in front of me? You're supposed to be behind. See, they are both walking in front of me. One of the things that really bothers me about this game is the inability to change the formation. Something that you could do even in MechWarrior 2. Here, it's a complete mess. You can't change formation. Which is a huge bummer.
Target acquired.
Well, I don't really need to save any ammo at this point. We are done in here. Look at this turret.
Target destroyed.
It took lots of LRMs. That's some neighboring planet.
Target acquired.
Some hidden turret. I don't care about it. No, I'm not gonna try with LRMs. Doesn't really present any threat to us, just dual small lasers. Look at this. Look at this. One of my lance mates got stuck. What are you doing there? What are you doing over there? Come
Moving
here.
into file formation, Commander.
Are you really moving? What are you doing up there? I'm not gonna bother. This is, you know, another bug in this game, which kind of annoying. The mechs get stuck. The enemy and friendly mechs just often get stuck like that.
Cavalry is here, Commander. Prepare for mech extraction.
I have only 18 points of salvage. Let's grab one of these PPCs. What else should I take? These jump jets class 1 are somewhat rare, so I'm not getting those. Let's see what else is here. 6 more. Yeah, we'll sell this one. Okay. Yeah, I mean, not a lot of mech kills. Most of them were mine, but unfortunately we haven't encountered that many mechs. As you could see, I was actually looking for some trouble there. I wanted to do more mech kills, but unfortunately there just weren't all that many of them this time around. Well, anyways, let's see what are the damages, and as I was mentioning, just a superficial armor damage on all 4 of them. Nothing that serious. Okay, so what do I finally think of this mech? Well, I do like this build a lot. Again, it's the identical build to the one that I've shown in my first video on this channel, with the only difference is that here I have just 2 standard AC-20s as opposed to those dual burst fire variants. Which one do I like better of this? I don't know, to be honest. I kinda like both of these builds equally the same. And as far as both of these configurations are concerned, even though, as you can see, I definitely increased the amount of the AC-20 ammo in these builds, still I wouldn't necessarily take these king crabs to some missions, particularly to the battlefield or warzone missions, where you can stay past the negotiated contract times to earn some bonuses. You will not be able to do that with this mech, because you will still run out of ammo. Even with this increased amount of ammo, you will still run out of it rather quickly in those types of scenarios. However, they are totally suitable for these kinds of missions, and they also, from my experience, these mechs also work really well on the defense missions. They are great for the defense types of scenarios, and perhaps you know this, as I've shown, the raid missions, maybe even demolition missions should be fine too. Actually, I don't think I've ever tried a king crab on a demolition mission. Maybe this is something that I should do one of these days. It's kind of funny, like after so many hours invested into this day, into this game, by this day, I still haven't tried this on a demolition mission. It will be kinda interesting. Okay, well, you know, these aren't the only king crab builds which I have in my collection. I actually have a couple more different loadouts which I would like to show in my future videos. So please stay tuned for that, and well, I guess this is it. Thank you so much for watching. Once again, please let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments, or let me know what kind of mechs or builds you would like to see in the future on this channel. Thanks again for watching, and until the next video.